watch us via YouTube. I want to see her comments. That stuff that I sent you just have a look at it. Yes. You can forward it to others. If they click on it, they can watch us also. Okay. Let's put in the view groups. This says over. Is it not over modulating? The fan, since the AC is on. Immediately the chopper tone is ending, mute and activate here. Radio. Yes, it's a beautiful Tuesday evening, and you're right here tuned to Procyon Radio and Television. And the program is Ground Zero, and it's coming to you via Invicta FM for those listening to us via terrestrial. Ground Zero is a program where we bring up topical issues in the polity, and with analysts in the studio and, of course, guests elsewhere, just like today, because we have one analyst in the studio and one is going to join us online. We will be analyzing these issues and also involving you, the listeners and viewers from all over the world that are onto us on the program. And today on the program, we shall be looking basically at two snipers, because these are the things that are trending as it were in the country as I speak to you. And the first one is the announcement of principal officers of the 10th Senate. We'll get to know who these principal officers are. We'll look at them, try to see how and what value they are bringing on board. And the second one is the JAMB brouhaha in respect of a result of someone that scored 300 and something, and JAMB is coming to say that it wasn't, the result was fake, and the girl and family insisting that it wasn't fake and all of that. And now a legal practitioner is telling JAMB that they must apologize to the girl, and JAMB is insisting that they are even going to bar her from writing JAMB for the next 3 years. These are the two top trending issues in Nigeria today. We'll be looking at them in the course of the program and getting you involved in the program. My guest on the program this evening, I have two of them. The first one is Musa Bala. He is a farmer and a political analyst. Musa Bala is standing by from somewhere close to his farm. Musa Bala, are you with us? Good evening and welcome to the program.
Hello, good evening.
Yes, good evening. Your mic is muted again. Unmute the mic, please.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you now. Good evening and welcome to the program.
Thank you very much. Good evening and greetings to the esteemed listeners.
All right. And also with us in the studio this evening, we have a gentleman I don't know whether he's a comrade or an activist or one thing I know is that he's rolled into one. He was still a youth leader. No, you are not a youth leader again by now. You should have handed over that baton by now.
Well, you know, youth can be defined in different forms.
Okay.
Depending on the society.
Yeah.
60-year-olds are youth.
Just like in China or Japan, 80 years old is still a youth.
That's correct. So youth is not definite.
Okay.
Yes, it's not.
Each society defines what they call and who they call a youth. Okay. He is a youth leader. He is a public affairs analyst. He is politically active. Yeah. He is a mobilizer, a comrade, and an activist, all rolled in one, in the person of Vincent BODAM. Vincent, you're welcome to Ground Zero.
It's good to be here. Thank you.
All right. Also on the program this evening, we will be looking at, we will be giving you an opportunity to also contribute to the discussion by going to our various social media portals where we already have the post on and dropping your comments and observation. For those that want to watch us, you can watch us live right now on YouTube. And how do you get to watch us? Just go straight to ProcyonRTV. At ProcyonRTV on YouTube, you'll be able to watch us and see what we are doing right here in the studio. Procyon is spelled Procyon, then RTV, just the abbreviation for radio TV. ProcyonRTV, you'll be able to watch us on YouTube live. It will be nice to subscribe to our channel and click the notification button so that you can always get a head start each time that you have a new content. Also on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, all our handle, we have a unified handle on all social media platforms. It's ProcyonRTV. You can, of course, download our app. Just go to Google Play Store and look for Procyon Radio and TV app. Download it. That way you can watch us wherever you are in the world. Watch us, listen to us, and read the news content on ProcyonNews.com. It's one bundle, one package where you can get us. Just go to Google Play Store, look for Procyon Radio and TV app, download it, and you'll have us right there in your pocket. Of course, the news portal is www.ProcyonNews.com. All right, like I said, I'll start with the first item, just giving you a little background so that you would have a better understanding of this. The first one is AKPABIO has announced principal officers of the 10th Senate. He made the announcement just today. The new officers are Senator Opeyemi Bamidele. He's from Ekiti State. He is now the Senate leader. We have Senator Dave Umahi from the Southeast as a Deputy Senate leader. Then Senator Ali Undume from the Northeast, Borno State, as Chief Whip. And Senator Lola Ashiru from Kwara State as Deputy Chief Whip. AKPABIO also announced the names of minority principal officers as Senator Simon Davu from Plateau State, is PDP minority leader. We have Oyewumi Olarere is from Osun State. That's Osun West PDP, is the deputy minority leader. We have Darlington Nwokocha, he's from Abia Central, Labour Party minority whip. And we have Rufai Hanga, Kano Central NNPP deputy minority whip. In the same vein, the Speaker of the House of Representatives, Tajuddin Abbas, today revealed the new principal officers of the 10th House of Representatives, and they include Julius Ihonvare, his APC Edo, House Minority Leader, Halims Abdullahi, APC Kogi, Deputy Majority Leader. The first one from Edo is Majority Leader, not Minority. Abdullahi is from Kogi, and he is a Deputy Majority Leader. We have Bello Kumo, his APC from Gombe State as a Chief Whip, and we have Adewumi Onanuga, APC Ogun State Deputy Chief Whip. Also, Abbas read out a letter from the caucus that detailed the names of the principal officers. The letter named Kingsley Chinda, PDP Minority Leader, Aliu Madaki, NNPC Deputy Minority Leader, Ali Issa PDP Minority Whip, and we have George Uzodinobi as Labour Party Deputy Minority Whip. These are for that. I would also give a background on the second item so that when we start to talk about it, we'll just go on. Madu Okolam has threatened to sue the registrar of the Joint Admission and Matriculation Board, Professor Ishak Oloyede, and the management of the board should they fail to tender an apology to Ambra Procyon MMESOMA Ejikeme, who was accused by JAM of manually inflating her 2023 UTME result. The lawyer, in a letter addressed to Oloyede, which was cited by some journalists, noted that MMESOMA was incapable of forging her own result. He also accused JAM of failing to protect the identity of the girl, which is also a fact. She's a minor, and all of that shouldn't have happened. And looking at from JAM's end, where the Joint Admission and Matriculation Board has barred Ejikeme MMESOMA from sitting the board's examination for the next 3 years. The board has also assured Nigerians that its system was neither tampered with nor compromised. JAM also restated its earlier position that the UTME result being paraded by Ejikeme MMESOMA is patently fake. They brought that out in quote. The examination body, in a statement by its acting director, press and publicity, Fabian Benjamin, today explained that the candidate MMESOMA simply falsified a copy of a result slip of a candidate named Asimiyu Mariam Omobolanle, who sat the UTME in 2021 and scored 138. According to JAM, it's also instructive to note that the candidate in her statement has inadvertently revealed the rightful owner of the result she is parading when she pointed out that the QR code on the result slip showed the actual owner of the said result before she peddled a lie in an attempt to obfuscate the truth. Well, the gist of it all is that they claim she is parading a fake result, and whether she has the capacity. All of those are things that we'll look at in the course of the program. But first, let's start with the principal officers that was announced by the Senate President, Senator Godswill AKPABIO. And let's look at the composition of all of these. First, let me start from MUSA BALA, that it is coming out so soon. Would we say time wasn't wasted? And from the composition, what's your general take? Is there a fair representation across board? MUSA BALA.
Yes, can you hear me?
Loud and clear.
Yes, that is very interesting. Let me first and foremost congratulate the Senate under the leadership of AKPABIO. From the list that came out today, I can say that the Senate and even the House of Representatives, the National Assembly, got it the way they wanted it, including the executive. When you look at the names and APOLOGISE and the one that got the Senate minority leader, is the plan work of the National Assembly hierarchy leadership, and that is what the executive also wanted. And due to the time, I can say we don't have enough time to waste. It has come out on time, and definitely the business of lawmaking and checking all other executive demand will soon start in earnest. And we hope that there's not going to be any problem with regard to delay or non-deliberation of whatever is included. But that does not mean that there should be what people normally call rubber stamp. No, we want a thorough checking of whatever will be submitted to them by the executive or any other person for consideration. But definitely they ought to have been congratulated for having it right. I think Tambuwal have finally lost it out. Tambuwal don't seem to be in favor of the other camp. When you look at Tambuwal and the person that is Wuke versus former vice president and presidential candidate Atiku Abubakar. So for me, the term is okay, the composition is okay. The Nigerians are expecting the best from them, and let them start working for the betterment of whatever is needed in the society.
Listen, BODAM.
Yeah, well, I listened to my colleague here, and I want to say that it's like you said, it's fast enough. It's not as if it was too fast, but it was fast enough. However, I think the horse trading took place in such a manner that a camp is left to be disgruntled. The truth of the matter is, yes, Yari came out. For me, I don't understand why the PDP wanted Yari to be president of the Senate, considering the fact that there's a problem of religion on the ground, where the president, the vice president are both Muslims. Now, the House of Reps were brandishing a Muslim also to be a speaker in the name of Tajuddin. Then the PDP, I don't know who started it all, but we are making moves to bring Yari, who is also another Muslim, to come and become the Senate president. I think Yari even tried, because if you look at it, it was only 14 votes that he was beaten with by AKPABIO. And to me, I find it very, very hard to understand why the PDP wanted Yari to become the president, the president of the Senate. However, things turned out, and AKPABIO became the president of the Senate, and now Yari has been put in the cooler because he has lost out to be after he lost. He now wanted to become minority leader, and as you can see, he has lost. I don't know what in the coming days we're going to see what reaction his camp will come up with. Whether they're all going to decamp to the PDP or any other party, I have no idea. But as it is, Mr. Bala Musa has clearly stated that Nigerians want to see a robust National Assembly. The 10th Assembly has turned out to be a very competitive house, because we noticed that there's a lot of competition among the members. Even getting the speaker, to my surprise, he was all over the country trying to get support. It has never happened that way, you know. Even AKPABIO had to travel to so many other places, see a lot of people, meet a lot of people, so that he can become the president of the Senate. Now they want it, and now we are not going to be happy if they just become a rubber stamp National Assembly, like the 9th Assembly was accused. So we like to see a robust, a very sincere and honest National Assembly, even though, of course, the executive are in support, or is in support of what has happened in the National Assembly. It's now left to them to look at what the people are expecting of them, to do that which is right and proper.
All right, that which is right and proper is the very least that Nigerians expect from them. Now, looking at the composition of all of these, we can see that Senator Ali Undume from Borno State is the chief whip.
Yes.
Would you say he deserves it and has the capacity to manage that role? Because the role of the chief whip is not a small role.
It's not a small role, actually. You are the master sergeant of the house.
Yes.
You are supposed to instill discipline among the members. So I think Ndume, having come all this way, I think he's capable, if you ask me, because even when he speaks, you know that he's a no-nonsense man, even though he has dent on his image because of that problem he had about the
Boko Haram issue.
Yes, but he has proven himself to be a very disciplined man, and I think it's the right choice for him to be the chief whip.
Okay.
And I believe he's going to do a good job of it.
Okay.
That's my opinion, yes.
Musa Bala, looking at Ali Undume now, and the fact that he was also interested in being the Senate president in 2019.
That's correct.
And now he's the chief whip because he really worked and supported Godswill Akpabio all through all of this. Does he have the capacity to manage that position of the chief whip, Musa Bala?
Yes. Well, if you look at Senator Ali Ndume, he has been a consistent member in the Senate, who actively intend to become the Senate president since 2019. And it took the intervention of many people for him to, allow Lawal to go for the Senate. Now being elected as the chief whip or appointed as the chief whip, I think he has the capacity to do it. Having come from the ruling party, and at the same time, he seems to be in alliance now with the team that make up the federal government. I'm sure I want to give him that benefit of doubt that he would be able to do it. He's not the first timer, he's not the second timer. He has been a principal officer, he has been a consistent person in the Senate, and his wealth of experience will now count and ensure that all we want is business of governance and let the country move forward. We're ahead of all this sort of competition. For me personally, even though I know it makes some sense, honestly, the leadership in the National Assembly, I don't give much personal differences or maybe your religion or where you come from.
Yeah.
But because of the structure of the country, we have to go that way. Say, okay, since we have the issue of the president and the vice president being Muslim, that will definitely, it has already created an impression on the Christian part of the country, which we have to look at it. But at the end of the day, I hope, I pray, all this consideration will cease to exist, because the capability of individual or the ability of somebody to do something, for me, it has nothing to do with language or where he comes from. All we need are the best. But for now, we have to go this way. That is where we want to domesticate our own system of democracy so that we'll be able to live in peace. Because of this fear of domination has been with us even since before independence. So we have to respect it and ensure that we spread it accordingly so that we have that needed cooperation to move the country forward. For Ndime, no doubt about it. I have the belief he will be able to do it very well. He has been looking for a Senate leadership position, and he will do it, I'm sure.
All right. Still staying with you now. Now that the principal officers have been announced, appointed, and positioned, yes, and the Senate is ready to go now, does this Senate, not forgetting the fact that and the role that the executive played in trying to micromanage the leadership position in the Senate, do you think this Senate have the caliber to stand up to the executive if there's a need for there to be a stand-up between the two of them? Musa Bala, are you with me?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yes, I believe personally, I love the way the executive have intervened very well to ensure that they get the people they want to work with them. If you look at what happened from 2019 to 2023, or mostly 2015, when the then executive under the leadership of President Muhammadu Buhari have allowed the National Assembly on their own to choose their leaders, it has never gone well with the relationship. The Senate and the National Assembly are meant to ensure that they work together with the executive. They are not rivals. They are not there to fight them. I don't believe so. Agreeing with them for something national is very important. For example, when you call them rubber stamp, can you tell me any bill that they have passed that is against the Nigerian society? If you can identify that, or if you can see that anything that is to serve the personality of the president, for me, that is what you call them rubber stamp. But for the mere fact that they accepted what was given to them by the executive, I don't think that should qualify them as a rubber stamp. We elected them to work together, not to fight, not to waste time. But if you look at the Senate on the 7th Senate under Saraki, the situation was just too bad. How can a whole Senate delay a budget for almost 6 to 7 months? It sounds strange. It's, as far as I'm concerned, that's absolutely unpatriotic, because there was not any change with the budget at the end of the day. So President Tinubu don't want to make that mistake made by President Muhammadu Buhari to allow them on their own. And it's a challenge on the Senate and National Assembly. They don't need to be guided on who should be their leader. They should be able to do that freely. But it seems they cannot be able to do it, at least for now. That is why the executive have to come in. And I'm very sure Nigerians should watch out. The media, most especially you, the media, watch out and see any bill that will be presented to the National Assembly by the executive. If it is anti-people, please educate the people that this bill is anti-people, but not a situation whereby a good bill meant for the development of the country given to the National Assembly, and when they pass it, and you simply tag them as a rubber stamp. That is a wrong definition of rubber stamp. Rubber stamp is when they pass what is not important for Nigeria, or when they didn't go through, they just submit and they just give their own assent and they go. But for now, I want to believe there will be a good working relationship. We don't have time to delay. The demand from the people and the expectation from the people is extremely high. So they have to put it together to ensure that they have done their best to move the country forward.
All right. All right, thank you so much. I'll come to Vincent now. The Senate and the executive, their working relationship, must the executive be even involved in micromanaging?
MUSA BALA is just hyperventilating in the sense that he has to understand the role of the legislature and the executive. The role of the legislature naturally is there to check the executive. We're not saying that every bill that comes, they kick it out, no. But most of the bills coming from the executive are normally, how would I put it, they are normally narrow-minded in the sense that they want to take the better part of the bill to their advantage. There is always a comparative advantage to the executive. That's why most times you find that there's a problem between legislature and executive because they're there to check the excesses of the executive. Saying that people are wrong to call them rubber stamp, yes, we would call them rubber stamp because such a National Assembly that would not check, would not, like, the reason we had that long period before they approved that budget was because there were lots of wrong things done in the budget.
Was that not the year that we started hearing padding?
Yes, padding, yes. There were lots of wrong things in the budget. They had to take it back and forth like that until after 6 months they approved it because they checked a lot of things that were wrong. Calling them, saying that they were not doing the right thing is not correct. Because the executive, of course, would like to, overpower the legislature. So, but the Constitution has clearly stated that the legislature is there to check the excesses of the executive. Because, of course, the power resides with the executive. So, what we're looking at now, for me, I also have the fear that what happened between 2019 and 2023 will still happen. Of course, because whether or not we want, okay, let's give it a different name. A yes National Assembly. If he doesn't want us to use rubber stamp, a yes National Assembly, that is wrong. We need a National Assembly. It's funny, isn't it? We need a National Assembly that will say, no, this is wrong. This is how it should be done. That was why, if you remember, in 2019, when the legislature took some bills for this electoral act that was recently after the elections, that's when the president now approved it.
Yeah.
They gave him a very good guide to electoral laws. He refused to sign. But if it was this past assembly, they would have you would have just sent it to them and then they would just approve it. So we need a robust National Assembly that will say, no, sir, this is not how it should be done. This is how it should be done. Let there be waste of time if it's going to come out right. Okay. The Electoral Act came out right at the long end of the day because the National Assembly at that time refused to accept so many things that the executive wanted. So what the executive did at that time was to refuse to sign it. It was after this. Well, I will still use the rubber stamp National Assembly came in 2019 that after everything, after he won the election, he now signed and agreed to the Electoral Act.
Well, let's leave that for that and quickly look at the second item, the jam issue. Okay, yeah. You can come in, please.
Yes, I had wanted you to give us an example where a bill was presented to the previous National Assembly, for example, that is anti-people. Checking out of pardon, for example, that is the work of the National Assembly. I've said it. They should ensure that they check the excesses of the executive. But unfortunately, even the pardon, some of the pardon was accused on them. But for example, just can you tell us one instance
the Electoral Act
from the executive? The
Electoral Act was supposed to be in 2019. The Electoral Act was supposed to be signed by the executive. He refused to sign it until he came after. Wait, no, what? He didn't give any reasons. They just it went back and forth. It went back and forth 5 times. MUSA BALA. It went back and forth 5 times. No, it went back and forth 5 times.
Okay, the timing.
No, it was not. There was nothing wrong with the timing.
I think there was because there's a clause there that 6 or so months to election.
It was delayed by the executive. It went back and forth 5 times. 5 good times. It was after the 5th time that, of course, that law came in.
Yeah.
So it was not moved to the 9th Assembly.
Okay.
Yes, that's what happened. It was after he won the election, because if he had signed that bill, he wouldn't have won 2019, and he knew it. So after he won, he now signed it. That's what we're using in 2023 now.
All right.
He has given his constitutional reason.
MUSA BALA, forget it. That thing was delayed to that point where the timing problem came up.
All right, Musa Bala, wrap up.
Okay, let's go forward.
Okay.
Okay.
Looking at the other item, the whole jam thing, we are familiar with the story. What's your impression about all of this?
MMESOMA.
Musa Bala.
Yes.
What's your impression about all of this jam brouhaha in respect to the MMESOMA and the result, and now the ban for 3 years and all of that? I want us to just give a one.
Yes. I believe that something is definitely wrong because we have now two contradicting outcome of the result. While what she is claiming, she feels that it's right, and Jam is saying that it's not right. Where I have problem from the candidate is the tradition. Is Jam that normally announce the score, the person that score highest mark. It is not an individual that will just come on the media and say that I have the highest result. Yeah. Because even if she printed her own result, she have preview to only her own result.
Yeah.
There are a lot of hundreds of thousands of candidates that have sat for the exams.
Yeah.
So she was not having evidence to show that she have the highest result. And JAM should ensure that they prove beyond reasonable doubt to the public that what she said was not true, because majority of Nigerians seem to believe her, and on her own video, she portrayed as if she has been victimized. And unfortunately, she was even saying that her name seemed to be replaced by a Yoruba person, which I don't like to bring issue of religion and tribe to a national issue. But the JAM must ensure that they come in and explain everything. At the end of the day, definitely it's either she is wrong or JAM is wrong. Yeah. So we need to know the truth. But based on the information before me, and when you look at the stand of JAM, by even concluding that they banned her for 3 years, and they have taken the case to security agency to investigate how she come about printing that result. I think is where we still await a lot of things to know. But on my own part, I found her guilty of not allowing JAM to announce her, because she don't have the right to announce herself, because she don't have access to other results.
All right.
Actually,
Vincent.
No, she actually announced, because of course JAM will always announce the best candidates. So when she saw the scores, she now compared to her own and said, no, I have the higher score. So, but looking at this whole brouhaha, before this particular case, the MMESOMA case, I'm sorry I can't pronounce the name correctly, we had the same issue here in Southern Kaduna, where a candidate came out to say that he got 380 points in JAM results. Then we started raising so much dust and saying, why is JAM not announcing him? JAM wrote and said there is no such candidate. That's one. Then they now show the format of their results, which did not tally with what was brandishing.
Okay.
We now realize that it was a scam. So we now had to apologize, and everything went down. So I'm surprised also to see this one coming up again. If JAM says that, look, this is our best student in this exam, you don't have a choice but to accept. Just like Musa Bala said, she has no business coming to social media to brandish the results, trying to make JAM look like why would they have any problem if she got the highest points? No, they don't have any preferred candidate as far as I'm concerned. It's a CBT kind of exam, computer-based test. So it's, as soon as you finish, the scores will just appear. So why would they now say, look, no, we don't like this name? I don't think that makes any kind of sense. So I think I saw her video on Instagram where she was saying she's traumatized and so on. But then some experts have said that somebody can actually manipulate these results.
Really?
Yes, you can. Wow. But it will not appear on the JAM portal. No, you can manipulate it and make it look like it's a real result sheet, which is brandishing. JAM came out to say that this is a kind of format, which of course tells. But if you look at some numbers, you see that there's a difference between those. I think there's an oversight on those trying to help her do this thing. Somebody told me that she was trying to get scholarship from Innocent.
Yeah.
He gives scholarships, I think,
to highest
to high scoring candidates in JAM.
Yeah.
So she's trying to get that, but trying to scam JAM, I think, is the wrong move. Yes.
Well, you are listening to Ground Zero, coming to you from Procyon Radio and Television. I'm reaching you via Invicta FM. We We'll be taking several messages now. We'll start from the studio here, where Mazi Uchenna Ijegalo will quickly tell us about the languages lessons that is coming up this Saturday. Yes.
Yes, so the Igbo class will start 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. at junior schools, Banawa by Mozambique Road.
Okay.
I repeat, Igbo classes 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. on Saturday, this Saturday that is coming, just an hour. So if you want to get us, you get us on 081 22 80 7671. The number again, 081 22 80 7671. It's important you come because your language is your identity. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, Ijegalo. We'll now go over to Nifemi or maybe you're right there at Invicta FM. Let's quickly take these messages and we will be right back. Welcome back. All right, welcome back from that commercial timeout. You are listening to the program Ground Zero, coming to you from Procyon Radio in collaboration with Invicta FM and also on Procyon Television. Before we took that break, we've talked about the principal officers that has been announced in the Senate and also the JAMB issue. Now we'll open up the phone lines for you to start to call in, and for those that want to go to our various social media handles to drop their comments and observations. For those that want to call in, the number to dial is 0809 4646 206 and 0809 799 1989. I'll take the numbers again. 0809 4646 206 and 0809 799 1989. Those are the numbers to dial to make your contributions to our discussion right here on the program Ground Zero, coming to you from Procyon Radio and TV in collaboration with Invicta FM. Let's find out who our first caller is going to be today. The lines are open and active, so start to put your calls through now. On the program today, we have looked at the announcement from the Senate President of the principal officers in the Senate and also the Speaker of the House of Representatives that has also done same. So let's, okay, we just missed that call. Calls are just bumping in and we are, all right. The lines are active now. You can start to put your calls through. We also looked at the jam issue that they're having with someone that alleged to be the highest points scorer in the recent jam, and also jam coming out to say that the result is fake, and the fact that a legal practitioner is demanding apology from jam, while jam is also placing a threat on the student. So the lines are open and active, and we want you to put your calls through now. So let's get talking right here on the program. Ground Zero coming to you on Invicta FM and Procyon Radio and Television. You can also watch us on YouTube. You just go to ProcyonRTV. All right, on YouTube and watch us live. That's Procyon Television. You watch us live and also make your contributions. We'll be looking at your comments and observations too in the course of the program. Let's see the calls that we'll be able to take this evening. While we are waiting for the calls to come in, we'll go back to MUSA BALA now. Yes, MUSA BALA.
Yes, go ahead, I'm listening.
Yes, with what just happened recently in respect of JAMB. Okay, we have our caller now. Let's just take this call. Hello, good evening, and welcome to the program.
Good evening, Mr. Ease and your guest there.
Good evening, what's your name and where are you calling us from?
My name is Otumba Rufai Abdel Fattah. I'm calling from Kano Road, Abeokuta Street.
All right, Otumba, let's have your take.
Yes, for the jumping issue of this girl, or this problem of the anomia, or what's her name, sir?
MMESOMA.
Anomaly, or something. You see, my own take is, I think as JAMB finally concluded, I just create and know that this fake this thing before giving her a ban. I think the best thing for us is to involve expatriate professionals so that they can easily look at maybe this girl forged or something, because they are saying it's manual, something that she used. For us to just come, let us know the real issue there. Let us involve, computer experts. You understand? And if possible, even this forensic expert, so that let us know if there's any issue there. That's for that. And again, this thing is a wake-up call, waking up for them to know that, look, when you say computer something, it has to be direct. As you are finishing, your results have to come. Let them improve on their computer this thing, so that at least, as you are finishing within some hours, your results will just come out instead of taking weeks. So that there's no room for all this kind of manipulation. That's one. Then for the issue of one of the guests is saying the mass legislators or the House of Assembly or the people are not rubber stamp. I think, look, let us take the face and put party aside. Look, these people are just, anything that just come from the executive will just carry go. And which is not too good. Imagine the 23.
Good evening and welcome to the program.
Hello, good evening. I'm Comrade Gabriel.
All right, Comrade Gabriel. Comrade Gabriel, you are welcome.
In fact, let me talk about congratulate EHIS and your studio there, because today almost all the network are sound and we are hearing everything clearly.
Thank you so much.
Let me also congratulate the National Assembly for peacefully conducting the election. I think this is the second peaceful conduct, because when the president reshuffled the service chiefs, everything went peaceful, and National Assembly also conducted the election peacefully. And we pray that they will try their best to say that any bill that came to them, they will follow it properly and make sure that the interest of Nigeria is being taken through. On JAM, I think this issue if I were the jam, they would have not taken that hard decision here. They would have investigate the matter and make sure that it is properly done before they came out with their final decision. So what Musa Bana said, in fact, that's what many of us are just thinking. They say that they just announced our own result, which is not supposed to be like that. And I will also use the opportunity to congratulate my Oga Musa Bana, because I'm the first person who tested his rights from his farm. So he didn't want me to measure it, but definitely I'm happy with him. And he's one of the persons that assisted us with his close test guys. So thank you very much, Musa Bana.
All right, thank you so very much, Comrade Gabriel, for that. All right, let's see who we have next. Okay, 0809-799-1989 is the number to dial, or 0809-4646-206. Any of those numbers, you can get us on, and let's get talking on the program Ground Zero right here. All right, as we await the calls to come in, I'll come to the studio and to Vincent BODAM. Yeah. You've heard what our guest just contributed
about the jam issue. Yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's very right that forensic experts, and I don't really think we need all that. They have a portal and they have also a server where they can just open up and see these things. In fact, they can even bring out her test. It's a simple matter. Where she got it right, well, I think that's forensic. Mm-hmm. So it's an easy issue. They said they've checked and they gave her figures, but she said no. This is what I got. I went to the cyber cafe and this is what came out. Mm-hmm. So it's a simple matter. They will check the server. What did she get? It's clear. It's not as if it's like we used to do in the university back then. You write a script, it can disappear.
Let's quickly take this.
All right.
Hello, good evening. Welcome to Ground Zero.
It went off.
Oh, it went off. All right, please.
Coming back.
All right. Hello, good evening, and welcome to the program. What's your name and where are you calling us from?
Hello, good evening, sir.
Good evening. Welcome to Ground Zero.
Yeah, this is Amos Sadamena, the lily calling from Sadana Christian.
Wow, it's been a while. You traveled or what?
I'm very much around. The problem is that we have power problem, and if I'm using the phone trying to call again, it's very difficult like that because the line is a hotline.
All right, but welcome. You are welcome.
Talking about this jam issue, I've been following the issue and it has been trending online. And sincerely speaking, what I on that to give it that seriousness as we give to this AGO. And it's really very embarrassing, sincerely speaking. It is uncalled for and it is something that can be amicably solved, just as the guests in the studio talk. But sincerely speaking, if they can put such energy in this girls' jam issue, they should put such energy on all polling unit results that have been manipulated, even physically and even from the IRV. Have a wonderful presentation.
Thank you so very much, Ahmed, for dropping by. All right, Vincent, you seem to agree with some of the contributions that Ahmed is making in respect of verification of results.
No, it's trying to equate it with what's going on with the election that took place some months ago. I think it's a different ball game altogether because in this case, JAM will produce what you've scored. And, well, basically, he's saying this.
It's almost right. The same.
He's actually right. But in our own case, the IRF has decided to do an abracadabra